all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. You're listening to the Daily Morning Update from Bloomberg Quint with me, Alex Matthew. Today is the 30th of May. The Cricket World Cup kicks off at the iconic Oval Stadium in England today. The hosts will take on South Africa, and interest over the next few days back home in India will likely be professional till the 5th of June when India plays its first match. Today is also the day that Narendra Modi takes charge or takes his oath as the Prime Minister. His choice of the Council of Ministers will also become known. Yesterday, Modi met Arun Jaitley only hours after he announced that he would like to opt out of the new government so that he can take care of his health. The government is examining whether promoters of Jet Airways are involved in financial irregularities that are similar to the charges brought against Vijay Mallya when he was at the helm of the now defunct Kingfisher Airlines. PTI has reported that business conglomerate Adani Group has made an unsolicited and non-binding bid to acquire JP Infratech and is ready to infuse up to 1,700 crore rupees to expedite the construction of the firm's stalled housing projects. Here's a big update for you. West Coast Paper Mills will consider buying a controlling stake of 51 to 60% in the India unit of International Paper at 275 rupees a piece. That's a discount of 36% to its closing price on Wednesday. The deal is subject to regulatory approvals and will cost between 558 to 656 crore rupees. The National Company Law Appellate Tribunal has asked the IL&FS Group to consider getting more of its subsidiaries to service debt obligations. The group will have to inform the court of its decision by the 12th of July. Currently, IL&FS companies are divided into three categories: red, amber and green. Red companies can't repay debt at all, amber companies can service operational debt obligations, and green companies can function normally. The Appellate Tribunal indicated that in the event of a failure by IL&FS to promote companies to the green group, amber companies will be allowed to proportionately service debt obligations. In international news, if you're familiar with what's happening in the US, you'll know that Special Counsel Robert Mueller was appointed to investigate the president for obstruction of justice 2 years ago. He has since submitted his report, and in fact, the Democrats are considering starting impeachment proceedings against the president. Now, in his first public remarks in the 2 years since he was made special counsel, Mueller has said that he couldn't reach a conclusion on whether Donald Trump obstructed justice as he stopped short of delivering a full exoneration of the president. He defended his investigation as he announced that he was closing his office and stepping down. For more details on that story, do look up the website bloombergquint.com. In news on major commodities, oil has lost more ground and Brent crude is now trading at under $68 to a barrel. The recent fall comes on the back of reports that China may restrict rare earth exports, which are critical to US defense, energy and electronics industries. US stocks ended lower again, with the three benchmark indices losing between 0.7 and 0.9%. Asian stocks are trading mixed. Among the three early risers, the Japanese and Australian benchmarks were trading weak, while the Kospi in South Korea was positive last I checked. With that, it's over to Agam Vakil for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Agam. How are we looking today?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning, listeners. Well, we did see the benchmark indices come off yesterday, and the SGX Nifty futures are indicating another subdued start to trade today. Now, there were plenty of earnings yesterday, and right at the top, we had Power Grid Corporation, where the numbers were in line with street expectations, but profits did rise due to a deferred tax reversal. Revenues rose 18% and net profit rose a whopping 52% because of that. But in some other important earnings, it was a rather subdued quarter for United Spirits, where revenues rose just 3.5%. We must, however, remember that there was an other income of 121 crores in the base quarter. Net profit declined by as much as 40%, where EBITDA margins standing at around 12.6% against 12.7%. So it certainly was a mixed quarter for United Spirits. Moving on to Adani Power, well, it certainly looked like a mixed quarter considering while revenues did rise 69%, its profit stood at around 634 crores versus a net loss of 653 crores. But margins came off substantially to just 9% against nearly 31%. In terms of big earnings today, we're watching out for Coal India and Oil and Gas Corporation. Among the smaller ones, Ujjivan Financial Services, IDBI Bank, Berger Paints, and National Aluminium Company will be in focus. In news beyond earnings, we have West Coast Paper Mills, which will seek to buy majority stake in International Paper APPM. And this will be done by buying about 51 to 60% from the promoters of the company and another 25% from public shareholders through the route of an open offer. The HDFC board has approved a subsidy worth 22,136 crores to over 1.04 lakh home buyers under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana CLSS scheme. And JP Infratech clarifies on the news of Adani Group offering 500 crore rupees to the lenders, stating that no such negotiations have taken place. Now, these are just some of the stocks that you can watch out for as we move into trade today, but don't forget to go through our morning edition of All You Need to Know only on BloombergQuint.com.
Thanks, Agam. Well, that's all we have for you on this podcast, but there's a lot more on the website, so do check it out. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a lovely day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.